And we're back for our Let's Play of the Myst update. The Rime update of Myst specifically. Last time we explored Rime some more. And now we got another bloody journal. Where does it keep getting this stuff? I don't know. Before spending any more time with my experiments, I've decided that I must finish construction. I brought both Cirrus and Achenar this time. The shaft is almost finished, as is the observation post. Both bodies preferred inside where it's warm, protected from the cold. Neither of them shows any real desire to leave. Can't remember the last time my son spent so much time with me on an age. Good to know. Last night, Cirrus came to me with a hypothesis that may solve the crystal diffraction issue entirely. His suggestion involved cutting the crystals into thin lenses before attempting to filter light through them. An idea that came to him while thinking about the properties of my eyeglasses. I cannot help but smile at the idea of Cirrus watching me stare through the solution right on my nose. Yeah, that'll be funny. It's an unconventional approach, but his reasoning is sound. With Achenar's help, I believe we can repurpose some of the equipment already in the workroom to fashion these crystal lenses. Progress on the lenses is slow, as the crystals are prone to shatter if held incorrectly. Despite the setbacks, my sons are wholly engrossed in the task. Seeing them work together gives me great hope for the future. As long as I long for a day I can bring them to the knee to see its beauty for themselves. I know they'll prove themselves indispensable to my restoration efforts, and I might undertake any restoration. I don't know. Eventually I'll need to tell them about Riven, but there's much to do before it becomes a concern. The lenses have been completed. Tonight we will return to Myst Island and to Catherine. It's been too long without the warmth of either, and we all deserve a break. Well, there I'll need to collect some additional linking books. It brings me no joy, but the only way to test the device is to intentionally damage several of them and ensure the device can still create a focused image. We only spent a day with Catherine before returning. I was still working up the courage to ask her for it. Before I could begin speaking, she had placed a book in my hands. It was the waterlogged linking book to Riven I'd thrown into the sea the moment we were back in Myst, free of my father. I knew destroying the book was only a symbolic gesture, as the scripted book still remained in Kabir. But I was young and angry. I remember Catherine swimming out to retrieve it despite my objections. "You should keep it, you may want it later," she told me. At the time, the idea upset me. Why would I want a reminder of that place? But once again, she was right. We said our goodbyes, and I returned to Rime, humbled by her foresight and love, as well as the note she had secretly tucked under the book's cover. It's been several days with no progress. No matter how we alternate the lenses, only the faintest, blurriest image appears. Did I damage the books too severely? Is the number of lenses too few or too many? The number of variables feels insurmountable. The boys find their own methods of encouragement. They have not given up their hope, and so I must follow their example. For now, I've decided to refocus my efforts on the lights in the night sky. Although I originally thought the effect to be an organic one, I now believe it to be electromagnetic in origin. I think the effect could be triggered somehow. I noticed. It's something we'll have to try. I doubt either of my sons was expecting the amount of work it would take. This turned out to be quite a challenge, working above the cold waters where the wind cuts through clothing and skin like a sharp knife. Still, even amidst the dark cold, they are driven to complete the task. It's a side of them I have not seen before. Cool. The towers are finished. The power they require is connected directly through the saline sea, alleviating the need for wires and enabling us to locate the towers a comfortable distance away. We're close now. Tomorrow, after adjusting the voltage, we'll know just how close. This morning as we worked, I noticed Achenar was rubbing his eyes and groaning under his breath. Till now, I simply assumed it was fatigue, but then he then asked if either Cirrus or I ever got headaches from how strange the light is here compared to other ages. It took a few moments for the full weight of his observation to hit me. Achenar had inadvertently noticed that the frequency of the visible light in Rime is completely unique to this age. Something so important yet so subtle had gone unseen thus far. Of course, the lenses could not focus the linking panels of the books. They were calibrated assuming a standard frequency range. We shall repurpose the towers to allow the manipulation of the lights in the sky and project it through the lenses. giving us much finer control. We'll need to find a correct combined frequency and construct an additional tower to transfer the light to the imaging device, but I believe that work will go quickly. We're so close now, I can feel it. Surprised too, that'll help us later. Another hard day, but we've erected the final tower. Too tired to write tonight. Tomorrow we test Akinar's theory. Akinar and Cirrus have some kind of shared secret they're keeping from me. I admit to great curiosity about what it could be, but I believe it's better to let them have something that's theirs alone. Truth be told, I'm glad to see them relying on each other more. Yeah, well, this would be nice in theory if they weren't secretly wanting you to communicate with them more. Also, you might have something to know if Cirrus nearly dying, you know? You know? I don't know. It's taken longer than I could have imagined, but this morning we were able to get a nearly perfect view of an age through its damaged book. It's an incredible sensation, like standing in two worlds at once. So much more than I could have done alone. The boys were so proud and wanted to return to Myst Island immediately to tell their mother about it, which is just as well. It's time they learned about Riven. Okay, that's good enough, but what's this about a hidden note? Ooh. Atrus, I understand why viewing Riven is so vile to you. In truth, I have not stopped thinking about my home since the moment we escaped. But no matter how much you insist you're simply ensuring Gen remains trapped there, I see my own sadness when I look into your eyes. Gen's a monster who deserves his imprisonment, but I also know he will always be your father. Atrus, my love, do you wish only to affirm that the cage still holds? Or is there something more significant that you're searching for? Yours, Catherine. Suppose we'll get to that point at some point in the game's future, not the current future. I already did that, like you know. You'd figured they would have done the Rime update after, like before the release of the Riven remake, but I don't know. Watch that Let's Play if you like. Also watch the Let's Play of this unbolting onto this, you know, just like, give me views, please. Thank you. Yes, please, thank you. We'll be back next time.